When one thinks of Fontbonne University athletics, the first name to come to mind is Lee McKinney. Arriving on campus in 1988, he served as athletic director and men's basketball head coach, finishing his career with over 800 wins, including 330 as Griffins head coach, leading Fontbonne to 3 SLIAC regular season titles, 5 tournament titles, and 4 trips to the D3 national tournament. Here is former Fontbonne University student, colleague, and current athletic director of Fontbonne University, Maria Eftink.
So I knew Coach since 2002, maybe even 2001 whenever I was being recruited. And he was a huge impact on my life. I wouldn't be an athletic director if it wasn't for Coach. The whole reason that I decided that this was what I wanted to do was because of the experience that I had here as a student athlete under Coach McKinney's leadership, and that's why I'm here today. And he got me to come back home, as I would say, to Fontbonne, and I was his associate AD for a year until he announced that he was going to step down from the athletic director position and just focus on basketball. So I was able to even work with him and kind of go full circle. So, I mean, he's the father of Fontbonne athletics. He built everything that we see before us today. So I have so much admiration for what he, and especially his family, because it was a family affair for sure, did for Fontbonne athletics. And our student athletes to this day and in the future owe a ton of gratitude to everything that he did for Fontbonne athletics.
McKinney helped Fontbonne in transition from the NAIA to NCAA, growing the school from 3 sports programs to 19, building an athletic staff, and overseeing the construction of the athletic center and facilities upgrades.
The thing that Coach did the best was the relationships. I mean, he was just so fantastic about making sure that everything was personalized and that every single person felt important and special. I can remember him walking students around, trying to help them to figure out the process here on a college campus, because we have a lot of first generation students that they don't really know the process. And it was ironic, or I feel like Coach was definitely looking down on whenever I was doing the same with his grandson this year. And it was just a moment of me feeling like this is what Coach taught me, and I'm even able to pass it on to someone within his family, which was really special. But I mean, you can see from the amount of late nights and alums even that came back for his funeral, the amount of impact that he had and the relationships that he had and the absolute emotion that he had from those relationships, from whom he played for him as well as whom interacted with him. I think that Coach was always about the conference first, and that's something that Matt Mitchell and I have even talked about. And even in my interactions now with the conference as an athletic director, I always try to model what Coach taught me, in that it isn't about Fontbonne when you're sitting at that table. It's about the conference, but also he put his life into this. I mean, Fontbonne athletics was such a huge piece of everything that he was doing, and a center of his focus, to where his entire heart and soul was here and with his family. And that's something that I really admire, and I think that people should understand that the legacy, when they receive that award, that's what it means to just be a selfless leader for the conference and for your institution, because that's what Coach was.
McKinney not only had an important role on the Fontbonne campus, but was influential in helping form the St. Louis Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. His name will forever be carried on in the SLIAC, as the conference's Distinguished Service Award is named in his honor and recognizes the individual that demonstrates leadership, dedication, service, and perseverance for the conference. Here is former award winner Matt Mitchell.
Well, I tell you what, it was very much an honor that I received that, and prior to receiving that award, I kind of did some research about the award and things along those lines, and it made total sense to me. Coach McKinney, like I said earlier, was he was a fierce competitor, and really he took basketball personally, and if he lost a game, he took it personally. If he won a game, boy, he walked out of there thinking he was he was on cloud nine. But once again, as it came to serving the students, serving his students, serving the other conference students, our sports programs, he was second to none. He actually played a huge role in the beginning and the organization of the SLIAC conference. He and Jim McEwen was at Westminster at that time. Ira Zeff was at Blackburn. A few others were really played a key role in doing that. And we all know how much energy and effort that takes. And I just thought it spoke volumes about Lee's passion for education and student athletes and everything that entails. Well, I would tell you the first thing that comes to my mind when I think about Coach McKinney is more of an administrative role that he played within our conference. Lee was a fierce competitor in basketball, and he was a really good coach and had some really good teams. But when I got to the administrative level and in conference meetings and things, I immediately saw that he had the ability to kind of disengage himself with Fontbonne and work for the greater good of the conference and the student athletes. And that was something that really caught me off guard, and I was really impressed with, and kind of used that as my career moved forward administratively.
I would say just the experiences that I had. I was able to travel with Coach a couple times, whether it be to NCAA convention whenever he was the athletic director, but then on the trips as a student athlete. And those were some really special times because he did bring his family along, and he modeled that he was a husband and a father and not only an athletic director, which I think is something that we oftentimes really struggle with in this business of how to juggle it all and how to be all things to all people and still to keep the perspective. Additionally, how do we teach our student athletes that that's what you should be aspiring to do within your career, is making sure that family is still very important and paramount for you?
I would tell you, he was just a passionate, funny, happy guy that loved to win.